Alright, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm just trying to figure out what's a good two-player ship to get. I'm trying to get a two-player ship for me and my buddy Bravado to roam around the verse and do a couple things. So mainly we're just trying to do some delivery missions, and we're trying to just get used to the flying and not crashing. So I figure delivery missions are good for that. So we're just trying to find something that we can roll in together and do some delivery missions in, and then maybe get into some two-player combat, because I know Bravado wants to get into some combat. I want to do a little bit of mining, so maybe a land vehicle would be something to look at as well. Yeah, so I'm just trying to do some research real quick to see what ships are available right now, and if anything is out there that I should be looking at to get. And I think I might have missed my opportunity to get one of the ships that I want to get, but we'll see. All right, so first things first, let's figure out, because I always have a problem with navigating the site. Pledge store, I think we need to go to. All right, so right off the top, well, no. All right, so let's just go to, we're at the pledge store, ship upgrades, and no, we don't want to do ship upgrades. Boy. All right, pledge store. All right, now we want to go to ships or extras. There we go. Standalone ships. All right, so these are the ships available to us. So I just want to go right to, I'm not sure if they're offering the ship that I want anymore, but let's go through and look and see. They are. So, all right, the C1 Spirit is the ship that I was thinking about upgrading to from the Cutlass Black. I do love the cutter ships though. I just like the way they look. All right, so when I'm doing box missions, like I'm doing delivery, which is mainly what I do right now, like I said, I'm just trying to learn how to fly and not crash. And I think just picking up boxes, taking them to one place, dropping off somewhere else, and just that repeated motion gets you really used to flying. So I want to do that and find a good ship for that. And I find that when I'm using the 325A, okay, so when I'm flying the 325A, this ship right here, you can only get in to the cockpit right there, and then it has 4 SCU of cargo space, and that's underneath the ship. So it's a little platform that drops down below the ship, and you can throw boxes in there and it just kind of goes back up. But that leads you to, that you have to get out of the ship, then go to the back, open the thing up, grab your box, close it back up. And that motion right there is like, I want something that I'm in, I get out of this pilot seat, I just go grab the box, get out of the ship, close the door, and I'm gone. You know what I mean? It's just less to do, and I'd spend less time fiddling with stuff and more time flying, I guess. And that's the point. This ship right here, the Avenger Titan right here, this ship is very cool in the sense that, and I had this ship before, and I kind of upgraded from it because the design is really old for the interior. It doesn't have a lot of the updated stuff in it, and as far as dogfighting goes, the 325A is just a better option for dogfighting. Where are we going? All right, I won't go back to that. But the 325A is just a better dogfighter in my opinion. So I thought, okay, for what I want to do, which is box missions and learn how to do dogfighting, 325A would have been a better option. But if I'm just talking about what's more beneficial for doing box missions, then the Avenger Titan to me is a better option, because not only can you just hop into the cockpit if you just need to get in and out really quickly, there's also a cargo bay door in the back here that you can just get out of. You can open up and treat just like a ship, like I was saying. You can just kind of get out of the cockpit or get out of the pilot's chair, grab your box, and while you're all still in the cavity of the ship, and just open the back cargo door with your box in hand, get out, close the door, and you're on your way. So the Avenger Titan to me is better in that situation, because it has that ability to do that, and like I said, you can just jump right into the pilot seat if you just want to jump in really quickly, and that's, to me, is cool. I like that as well. You don't have that ability with the 325A because you can only get in through the pilot seat. There is no back hatch to open. So, and if I'm not mistaken, you can also fit a GreyCat in the back of the Avenger Titan. Man, the Avenger Titan is sounding like a really good ship right now. Man, I'm gonna have to talk myself out of getting that ship again, because I do want something that's a little better equipped for handling stuff. But that ship, it'll do it all. You can throw a GreyCat in the back of that if you want to land rove. It has the easy accessibility of the back cargo bay, and it has the ability to jump right into the pilot seat. That's a very unique ship, man. And it doesn't look half bad either. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. Yeah, back to the C1 Spirit. Where are we at here? Back to the C1 Spirit. So I think I'm gonna pick that over the Cutlass Black. The Cutlass Black has a reputation for being a pirate ship. I'm not a pirate. I mean, clearly you don't have to be a pirate to have that ship and see the value in it, and I do. It has a nice cargo bay that you can put bigger vehicles in, side openings for people to jump out of if you're trying to do like, it's just, I wouldn't need that aspect of it. But the cargo bay and the cargo space inside is very nice. The 2 pilot setup is cool, even though it doesn't have really a function right now, which is, there's a lot of things in this game, in this particular ship, that doesn't have a function right now, which kind of makes it like, okay. And with the older design of the internals, it's just something I'm looking to upgrade from, because I really don't like it. When I got it, I'm like, I like the utility of it, but I do not like the design at all. The outside design, cool. The inside design and layout, I do not like. And I like the Drake aesthetic for the internals, because usually they're very detailed. To me, the cutter is it epitomizes that right now. It's probably the newest. It's not really the newest Drake ship. I think the Corsair is the newest, or maybe it is the newest actually. But regardless, the interior design and the design language for that ship is really nice. I love it, and I might just get that ship with in-game money. And right now I'm just talking about what I want to spend real money on for ships I want to have when they do restarts. These are ships I want to start with to make money to get other ships. So I'm looking to get 2 ships, a multiplayer ship and a solo ship. So and I'm gonna get those with real money, or money if I've invested it into the game already. But regardless, but I just want to put that out there. I just don't like the design language of this. It doesn't have a lot of function right now. I don't like the layout of the internals. It's just not good. But the C1 Spirit internals are very nice. Yeah, I'm looking to get into this. It has let's see what actually it has, and we can kind of compare the two, which is what I've been wanting to do anyway. But let's look at some other ones really quickly, see what else we have to offer right now. They have the Mule that's available. I don't know what that is. Yeah, but I think that's a ship you buy when you got a bunch of ships and you're like, I'm set with what I have. But I like the way it looks. I'm looking to upgrade from an STV buggy to the STV, and I may do that as well. I'm thinking about that, because right now I have the buggy and I don't even roam around planet side like that. So, but I want to start doing something like that to get experience with it, and just to see what's out there, and to see if there's any gameplay that can take advantage of it. And mining is the biggest thing I'm thinking about with that. And let me know in the comments if my mindset on the way I'm thinking about this is wrong, because I don't know the mechanics, all the mechanics and game loops in the game, and I'm just getting used to them. So these are just my thoughts on my limited knowledge right now. All right, so 2 are multiplayer ships, and more specifically 2-man ships, maybe 3, but nothing more than that. The Prospector could be a cool one, because you could do package missions with that. Obviously you wouldn't be doing any dogfighting or anything like that, but you could do mining. You can do 2-player missions. Yeah, so that may be an option. The Freelancer is an option too. I just don't like the look of the Freelancer. And it doesn't have a lot of functionality either. Like the internals look dated. Like it's one of the most dated ships too. So that's the only reason I don't really like the Freelancer. It just has this dated look and design to it, which if the internals were more updated, maybe I wouldn't mind it so much. But they're just not. It's one of the older ships, and I like the design language they're using for the newer ships. So I'm trying to stick with that. So the Freelancer is out, which leaves, like I said, the Prospector. I'm not even considering the Constellation or the 400i. I'm not considering the Freelancer. Well, okay, so the Prospector, it looks like, man, that cutter, I really do like that cutter. I just wish it had a spot for one more person. I wonder if the cutter does have a seat in the back where it could seat someone. Yeah, but I think I might need 2 beds, maybe. Anyway, but yeah, I'll check that out as well. So I'm gonna add the cutter to my list. So we're gonna check on the cutter, or we're gonna check on the prospect, and we're gonna compare the C1 Spirit as well. And we're gonna take this look at some video that's out there. All right, just looking through the rest of the ships here to make sure I'm not missing any other multiplayer ships. Like, I don't want to spend more than 150 on a 2-player ship. That Avenger Titan though is looking super impressive. That and the cutter, man. But that Titan is, I like it. I just wish they would update it a little bit, man. That would just, if they updated that, I mean, not even just like add any features, just updated the internals. That would be crazy. Because you can definitely fit a buggy in the back of that. I mean, you wouldn't be able to, you could be able to get out, but you wouldn't be able to get into the pilot seat. But you can always just get out from the back of the ship and just get into the pilot seat as it is. That's just, oh, that's lovely. The Nomad is a pretty decent one too. I wonder how many people can fit in that ship. I think only 1, but yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and do some research on the individual ships. So the C1 Spirit medium freight. All right, looks super utilitarian as far as its capabilities. So, medium fuel intakes. I'm not really familiar with the weapon systems just yet, so I'm still getting used to that, but I understand the usefulness and sizes of the other components. Let's look at a video of the C1 Spirit real quick. So let's look at a ship review from one of my favorites. Well, I don't know, Star Citizen released a video. See what they got to say about it. I wonder what those fins that are extending on the sides and folding, what are they for? Maybe flying down, and when it's landed, they're up. Be cool if they had like VTOL engines.
When it's time to get to work.
All right, I like that. Let's look at Forrester, because that's my guy right there. Forrester, you know what I mean? That dude know how to do a ship review.
Once you move up a size point from the starter ships in Star Citizen, you start to enter the realm of versatile platform ships, Cutlass or Freelancer series. So how well does it manage?
It already looks better than the Freelancer.
I'm Forrester,
and the internals are better than the Cutlass.
To that question by reviewing the currently flyable Crusader Industries C1 Spirit.
Let's jump into it, my guy.
We'll start the tour of the C1 by approaching the rear access ramp from the rear.
Yeah, this internal is super updated. I like it. It looks so nice. I mean, you can't do anything with those, but I like the touch of detail.
There's also a cargo section door, which allows you to isolate the cargo segment of the Spirit.
Nice. I wonder if you can lock that. That would be nice.
This door will remain.
I like it.
On the right or starboard side is a small bathroom area. Number 1s only, and this doubles up as a shower.
You can take a poop in there. Come on, chill out. Yeah, I think this is a lot better. Now, I wish they have gun lockers in
here.
And
a weapons rack.
There you go. That's what's up. All right.
Now,
I don't know what you can see from the passenger side, which is what I want to kind of get to. That's what I want to change my button on my mouse to, is a free look button. That would be super helpful. Right now I have it blind to the keyboard. I'm getting used to the stick and throttle, but we'll get there. What about the defenses, my boy? What about the defenses? Oh, you don't talk about the defensive capabilities.
Defensively, the C1 carries a single size 2 shield generator, which puts it on a par with the Cutlass Black, but a little more vulnerable than the Freelancer, which carries 2. And don't be surprised if these sort of Cutlass and Freelancer comparisons keep cropping up. Altogether,
okay, so
the C1 does
it's less beefy than the Freelancer, but more as beefy as the ship I already have. That's cool. At least I'm not losing anything.
It's worth noting that all of the weapons fire forward, more or less, so unlike perhaps the Cutlass or Freelancer with their manned turrets giving extra coverage, the C1 does need to be facing the target in order to engage.
Okay. So that's a point for the Cutlass. Alright, so from what I get from this, 2 pilots, so I can have another person in the pilot seat, but it doesn't look like that pilot does anything at all. It can't control any guns. and the defenses are on par with the Cutlass, so I'm not giving anything up there. So I'm giving up able to have a friend control the turrets, which is kind of what I want, and I'm giving up, what else? Maybe the turret is the only thing I'm giving up there. So the Cutlass seems to be winning still to me right now. So now I'm second guessing the C1 Spirit just because of the man turret thing. Now I wish the tractor beam on the Cutlass worked. Then it would be a no-brainer for me. I know they're going to update it and correct all of that and do the internals again, because I think they're doing a pass on the Cutlass right now. But as of right now, the internals still look like crap to me. That turret is its saving grace. All right, so let's see what else we got here. So the next ship on the list is the cutter. I really just want to know if the cutter can fit another person. Like, this might be the smallest ship I would do that could fit 2 people if it can. So let's just see. Forrester, what we got? So, Morphologist. Let's see what Morphologist has to say about this.
Every backer
with his
starts
widescreen
the
videos.
journey with a singularly important question. What ship should be there first?
Nice
So
beat,
there
bro.
are a number
Nice
of
beat.
reasons why. So the ship affectionately known as the Penguin has traditionally been the most recommended ship for good reason. In terms of
And the
physical
Penguin,
attributes, it contains an
just
interior
the
cargo
name,
bay capable of holding a
harkens back to Linux for me.
buggy, a bed for
I love
saving
Linux,
log-off
but,
locations.
you know.
It has access to local storage for loot. It has 2 exits and is aerodynamic enough to give a good performance in atmosphere. So then, how does the cutter compare to the Type?
Yes.
Let's begin with
How
its
does the
physical
cutter
attributes.
compare?
I'll be frank, the Drake Cutter really isn't much to look at. It's like someone looked at a broken, rusted out 1950s fridge in a junkyard and said, hey, let's slap some engines on it and call it a
Listen,
day.
I think
The Drake's
I've said it
design
before, and
philosophy, after
the
all,
cutter
is
looks
all
like a
about
train.
efficiency. It's about honesty and no nonsense.
It's like a train in
design
space.
Philosophy. The design lays bare the ship's mechanicals both inside and out, treating us
With
to a
big
visual
thrusters
piece of
on it.
detail where each nut,
True
bolt,
Drake
and
style.
weld. And the cutter even has a bit of a quirk. It has these side window blast shields, or as I like to call them, cope shields.
Now, if that added
Let's be
defense
honest
to the
here,
ship,
Drake ships have never been known as
Okay,
tanky
cool.
ships. This
But
ship then,
it
along with
doesn't.
the recently released Corsair, are probably the best detailed ships in the game at this point. CIG have really started to show
Agreed.
how good
all right. So let's
Now
get
let's
to
move on
the
to its
interior. Yeah.
Unlike the
So
Penguin,
does
the
it have
Cutter
seats?
only has on paper, the cargo capacity caps out at 4 SCU, which is less than the Avengers 6. However, in reality, the Cutter's cargo bay volume is substantially larger, and this comes down to the fact that the Avenger Titan has 2 entrances, which allows it to fill up its entire cargo bay, where the Cutter still needs to have a path for the pilot to enter.
What? So there are no seats in the back? Man, I thought they had one of those fold-out seats. Okay, so this will only seat one person. Maybe a second person could sit on the bed, but it's not going to be that ship that I need to like have a second person on, and you know what I mean. So I think the Cutlass is really my best bet for what I want to do. The internals are dated, the functionality is dated, but it can have a person in the turret, decent defense, nice cargo bay. I think that might be the ship I stay with. So there's no really need to upgrade, I guess. So the C1 for me would be something I would deal with if I was planning to do some actual like cargo runs, like filling the cargo bay up with freight and like running it for profit. I think the C1 would be the ship I'd be going with if I were planning on doing that, but I'm not. That's like one of the things I'm not planning on doing. So yeah, it doesn't make sense for me right now. I do like it though, way better than the Cutlass. I just wish it had a turret, just something for the other passenger to do for when me and my friend want to do some combat missions together. That would be really cool. I mean, we obviously could have 2 different ships for that, but you know, but this ship is pretty cool. Now, if I just wanted to say, okay, well, we're not going to do combat missions together, we'll just fly in 2 ships together and go to combat sites and do them that way. If we were doing that, I could see me getting this ship and saying, okay, this is a do-all. Like, if I don't want to do any serious fighting, then we're good to go. Like, there's no big thing. I mean, but I can't see me wanting to do freight missions. Not at this point, anyway. All right, so that solves the problem of the two-person ship. Just looking at these ships that's available again. And as for my standalone ship, the Avenger Titan might still be an option. But we'll just look at two-player ships again. But as far as a daily driver, single player, I think the C1 Spirit, it just eats its food. Like if you're a solo player, although for two-player, I think the Drake Cutlass is the better ship. If you are a solo player looking for a daily driver, C1 Spirit is a way better option. Now the Vulture is an interesting ship. Let's just take a look at what the Vulture. I wonder if the Vulture is a two-player. I think it might be. And the Prospector's out there too. And I think the Prospector is a two-person ship if you want to do mining. So let's look at the Prospector and the Vulture real quick. But I do want to look at the Nomad just for my single player uses. The Nomad, which, yeah. All right. So the Nomad, the Vulture, and the Prospect. Yeah. I'm gonna look at the Nomad, Vulture, and the Prospect real quick. Yamicus has a Nomad review? What's up? What's up, Yamicus? I like Yamicus from Elite Dangerous.
What's the first thing you picture when you think of a great exploration ship? Oh crap, wrong thing. Okay, let's get the obvious out of the way. Nomad is similar, practically identical to Asp Explorer from Elite Dangerous.
Yay, I found the toilet! Yes! Please! Oh, thank you, gods!
Oh, yeah, there is no other seats in there.
Sit in the throne now. Yes!
To truly differentiate it, they gave the ship a prolapse anus. What the f is this?
It's a truck, dude.
This ship basically is a space pickup truck.
Yeah, no. Okay, thank you, Yamicus. You've definitely convinced me. So we've moved on from that. What about the Prospect? Possible two-player ship. Oh, Prospector. I thought it was the Prospect. It's the Prospector. We're gonna have to go with Forrester again on this one. All right, let's get to it, Forrester.
We start our tour at the back of the Prospector, and behind a slightly difficult to access door is a deployable set of controls.
It looks like it's difficult.
In the current patch, these are purely for
hell
decoration
is that?
and don't actually do anything.
Oh, okay.
You get into the Prospector via the left or port side of the ship.
This does not seem to be a two-player deal right here.
There's a bed which allows players to log in and out, as well as
definitely not a
various
two-player
pieces
deal.
of component access.
So this is definitely a single-player ship. And I mean, I guess you can do box missions in it too.
On the right or starboard side, there's a
Be
door
weird putting
which
boxes in it
leads to a
though.
shower toilet.
How would you even do that? All right, let's continue on to the Vulture. Let's see what Star Citizen has to say about the Vulture.
Most folks, they see a wreck, and they just see a bunch of junk. That's you, a wrecking crew of one. Doing it your way.
All right, so I've come to the conclusion that I have the two ships that I need in the game. The Cutlass is probably the best ship for what I want to do with friends, or just to have someone be able to do something in the ship other than sit there. And that's the only thing you can do right now in the game is, I think, be a gunner. I don't think they have scanning mechanics, secondary scanning mechanics for co-pilots in the game yet. If I'm wrong, please someone put it down in the comments, because I definitely want to know that. But yeah, so, and for a standalone ship, you know, if I want to do some stuff by myself, you know, with the 325A, I can fight, I can do box missions, I can, you know, do all kinds of stuff that, you know, I need to do in the game. It's pretty fast and pretty nimble. Yeah, so I think I made a good decision. I think I'm gonna rock with what I got now, and just buy some more specific ships in game. Like, I definitely want the Prospector in game. I definitely want the Vulture in game. Definitely want to get the STV. I'm not sure if that's even available to get in game, but or to buy without buying real money or using real money. Yeah, so yeah, that's where I'm at. And all right, you guys, I really appreciate you rocking with me through all of this, through the thought process. I just wanted to do some research to see if I still had the best options for me in game, despite what had come out recently. I still think the Cutter is a really good ship, and I just like it, man. I just really do like the Cutter. It's a really nice ship for what it does. And if I wasn't looking to do some combat missions and learn how to do combat, I would definitely do that ship as a starter ship. But I'm trying to get into all aspects of the game. So I think the 325A will do it, especially since I have a bigger ship to carry a vehicle in if I decide to do that. All right, thanks again, you guys. I appreciate you rocking with me through this. Any comments, any recommendations, please throw them down below if I missed something. If you think a ship is better for what I'm trying to do than what I mentioned, please leave that down there as well. If you like the content, like. If you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. And until next time, take care.